Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Noorkartina binti Mohamad, senior lecturer from College University Islam Perlis. And for my presentation, I will present the topic which is entrepreneur readiness among female students. Thus, the effectiveness of the time management method is in attempting the business. Okay, let me share my slide for today. Okay, for the introduction, the competition between businesses elusively opens up the opportunities for the entrepreneurs to continually find ways to enhance their product strategy in the marketing and also quality through the innovation. However, for some students, venturing in the entrepreneurship can help them receive the extra income. Students nowadays are very keen to get involved in entrepreneurship while still studying. Simultaneously, some of them have been exposed to the entrepreneurship since childhood. As the numbers of the female students exceed male students in the higher education institutions, the purpose of this study is to determine the readiness of female students in entrepreneurship and time management effectiveness between the learning and the business. A cross-sectional survey was employed in this study, and the data were collected from 386 female students in Malaysia higher education institutions. For the response rate, we received almost 97%. By using the regression analysis, which is ANOVA, and data envelopment analysis, which is DIA, this study found that family support, business education, and entrepreneurship skill will influence female students' readiness to become entrepreneurs. Besides, only 10.8% of the students have effectiveness in their time management. So, to produce a successful female student as an entrepreneur, the government needs to provide motivations and psychological training to manage their time effectively. The balance between business and learning for these students is crucial and need to emphasize by many parties. So this is essential if Malaysia wants to produce high educated female entrepreneurs. Okay, according to Bracho et al. In 2012, entrepreneurship is essential in today's world and becomes a catalyst for developing an economy for a nation. It is highly encouraged worldwide and was described in the literature as the process of human capital development through the job creation by producing goods and services, and also taking the risk from the various perspectives, including financial, psychological, social, and also economic benefit. So the entrepreneurship is a necessary part of the evolution process of any nation. However, entrepreneurship theory based on the economic approach has emphasized two main elements, which is profit and also wealth. According to Marshall in 2009, said that both of these elements will motivate the individuals to engage in the entrepreneurial activities. And study by referring Noorkartina and Buang in 2015, business is one of the industry that has significantly contributed to economic growth. And this is because entrepreneurs are individuals who are capable of managing an organization and are aware of the risks involved in the business. So from the economic perspective, the entrepreneurship contributes to the increase in high income per capita and acts as a catalyst for social structural change. In the era of the globalization, entrepreneurship is considered one of the most crucial areas of the economic growth. So the development of the entrepreneurship and the increase in the numbers of entrepreneurs contribute to the nation's positive economic development. So nowadays, entrepreneurship has supported by the world economic growth and become one of the dynamics in developing countries. So every entrepreneur will be looking at the products that will be sold at the highest quality and guarantee to provide positive result to the public. So the innovation through the entrepreneurship will increase the supply of the product in the market and and creates diversity in the market economy. Okay. Okay, for the research focus, okay, this research focus on the even though the policy implemented by the government, it can attract more students and graduates of higher education institutions to engage the entrepreneurship activities. However, there are differences between business management interests and attitudes between male and female entrepreneurs, according to Law et al. In 2012. Therefore, this study is more focused on the female student readiness to become entrepreneurs. In Malaysia higher education institutions, the number of female students is higher than male students. So as a result, this study objective are to determine the readiness of female students in the entrepreneurship and to examine the time management effectiveness of the entrepreneur students between business education and learning. Okay. Okay, for the research hypothesis, this study proposed four hypotheses, which is hypothesis one, family support is the main factor in the readiness of female students to become entrepreneurs. Hypothesis two, business education mediates the relationship between family support and entrepreneurial readiness among the female students. For the hypothesis three, entrepreneurship skill moderate the relationship between the business education and also entrepreneurial readiness. And for the hypothesis four, the entrepreneurial readiness and business education encourage female students to manage their business effectively. Okay, this is a framework of the entrepreneurial readiness among the female students. Okay, based on the previous study, the hypothesis of the study are proposed as we can see in the figure 1 and also in the figure 2. For the research framework for the entrepreneurial readiness, we have the variable which is entrepreneurial readiness, family support, business education, and also and also entrepreneurship skills. For the second research framework, which is the time management effectiveness. So this time management has been regarded as a key skill for the achieving desired goals. The effectiveness of the time management also influence the success of an entrepreneur. By referring Ion and also Agrenis in 2017, the effective time management can increase individually performance because of the effective time management does not occur naturally, but it should be planned. It should be planned carefully. Okay. Next is data collections. Okay. For this study, a total of the 400 female students entrepreneurs were randomly selected, but only 386 students answered the questionnaires. So the questionnaires were designed based on the previous study by Zulkifli et al. In 2019, Bahari in 2019, and also Amity and Nikesh in 2014. Okay, for the data analysis, in this study, age and the number of siblings were used as a control variables. So this study can spot at the age at which the highest number of the students tend to be entrepreneurs. Besides this, female entrepreneur students, beside these female students, decisions to continue their entrepreneurship is also influenced by the siblings number. The factor loading for the reliability of this variable range from 0.758 to 0.8559. The regression analysis and ANOVA were performed to answer the objective one, which is include the hypothesis 1, hypothesis 2, and also hypothesis 3. However, in contrast, data envelopment analysis, which is DIA, is used to answer the objective 2, which is include the hypothesis 4. Therefore, the table 1 show the types of the models that will be used in this study to answer the hypothesis 1, 2, and also hypothesis 3. Okay, this is some demographic of the respondent, which is most entrepreneur students are between age 22 to 24, which is 77%, and 98% are Malays. For the entrepreneur students, 99 students entrepreneur are undergrad students, and 65% of the these students are from less developed states in Malaysia, while 35% of the entrepreneurial students are from the developed states. Okay, for the entrepreneurship activities, 73% of these students do online business, while the rest do the franchise and also services, and also doing the booth, kiosk, and the majority of them earn profit, earn their income between 0 to 600 per month. Okay, for the family background, when looking the family background, 58% of the students have 4 to 6 siblings, while 20% of the students have between 0 and 3 siblings, and the rest have more than 7 siblings. 84% said their parents are not entrepreneurs for the parent job. And only 16% said that at least one of their parents is an entrepreneur. Okay. For the entrepreneurial readiness, readiness refer to the female students' interest to become entrepreneur while study at institution of the higher education. So the data regress, and we get the reliability value of the entrepreneurial readiness is alpha in equal to 0.859. For the business education, the result as durability of the business is 0.781. As a mediator, the business education is seen as being influenced by family support and also affect female students' entrepreneurial readiness. For the third, student entrepreneur, entrepreneurship skill refer to the skill related to the entrepreneurship adopted by the current student entrepreneurs doing the business. Therefore, durability value for the entrepreneurship skill is 0.815. The last is family support factor, which is refer to the encouragement given by these student entrepreneurs and family members to pursue their business has grown. Thus, the reliability of the family support is 0.758. For another analysis, we run the efficiency analysis, which is we are using the input-output model, which is input, the factor is entrepreneurial readiness, and also business education, and the output is the time management and income. So this analysis is to see the effectiveness, the level of the entrepreneur student in the entrepreneurship, and the input-output approach where entrepreneurial readiness and business education are input, while the time management and the income as the output. Okay, so among the questions raised in the time management is doing business. Time management become more regular, and I know how to divide the the time between learning by doing the business activities. The range for this efficiency analysis is between 0 and 1. If the value is closer to 1, the time management of the entrepreneur and among the student is effective. However, if the value obtained is close to 0, entrepreneur student time management is not effective. Okay, as the discussion and conclusion, in the research objective and all the hypotheses have been answered. Hypothesis 1, hypothesis 2, and also hypothesis 3 are based on the objective 1, which is to determine female student readiness in the entrepreneurship. So the results show that hypothesis 1 and hypothesis 2 were accepted, while the hypothesis 3 was rejected. So it is shown that students entrepreneurs are willing to be entrepreneurs, but there is a lack of entrepreneurship skills. Thus, exposure to entrepreneurial skills should be given to the students. It is because the entrepreneurship skill obtained, we help them to continue successfully in the future. Next, for the hypothesis 4, which examines the time management effectiveness of the entrepreneur student between business and learning. The results show that hypothesis 4 is also rejected. It indicates that female student entrepreneur cannot manage their time between the business and learn very well. So to ensure the successful student, female student into the entrepreneurs activities in the future, internal motivation and also skill train must be given to them. So referring to Marniati in 2016 and also Mustafa in 2019, motivation is important for the entrepreneurial students as it can motivate them to move further into the challenging entrepreneurial world. Okay. Okay, so for the practical implication, and based on the finding, there is a problem with the mediator. So in terms of the interaction effect between the main effect, which is family support, mediating, which is business education, and also mediator, entrepreneurship skill, the result was not significant. The result was the significant and positive relationship for the interaction effect between family support and business education. So therefore, the theory needs to be improved by incorporating the several mediating such as motivation and also psychology training. So this research also has the limitation and plan for the future research. So this current study is limited to only bachelor degree student. So in the future, the research should apply more various level of the student. For example, in the diploma level, master levels, and also PhD levels to improve its generalizability. But this present still contributes to the current literature. It is in line with previous empirical finding, which is in study of Ayu et al. In 2017, Barba Sanchez and also Atiza Sachuquilo in 2018. So it was suggesting that this study is reliable. Okay, so that's all for my presentations. I hope it can make some benefit to all of audience. Okay, so thank you for your time. Assalamualaikum.